Hola everybody, it's Susan here with Heaux Apparel. Most of you out there know me as the owner of Heaux Apparel, but did you know that I also have a podcast called the HeauXXXcast? And I've begun teaching workshops in studios called Activate Your Pole. Last week, I was talking to my business coach, and he asked me, Susan, what is your overarching goal for all of these entities? Why do you have 3 different projects that you are pouring your soul in, and how do they connect? And so I told him my grand vision, and he said, I really think you need to share that with your customers, because the only way they're going to understand what you see is going forward is if you allow them to get on the train with you and take the ride. So that's what this video is for. I want to explain to you what my vision is for all 3 of those and how I think they connect. So first is Heaux Apparel. I started Heaux Apparel 2 years ago after I had to walk away from my previous job. So for 20 years of my life, I built and grew a company with my ex-husband in the fitness world. It was built on his name. We made quality products, and within that time span, it grew from a local business to a worldwide business. When I had to leave that, I needed something else to do, and so I thought, I know how to build a business. Let's build one in the pole space. And I looked around to see where there were holes. Where was there a problem that I could solve? And the first thing I noticed was, although there are a ton of wonderful businesses out there that sell us clothes and shoes and pole grip, most of them stick to their little niche. So they sell clothing, or they sell shoes, or they sell pole grips. But there weren't a whole bunch of companies out there that carried products that ran the full gamut of what we need as people in the aerial space to succeed. And let's be honest, everybody's needs are different. Not everybody just wants a sexy bodysuit to wear and a hella pair of shoes. Some people need the right grip. Some people want shoe covers. Some people want education so they can learn on their own. I want to curate all of those products in one space so that when you go shopping, all you have to do is come to one place to see and find all the things that you need. Another thing I noticed was when scrolling through Instagram, I saw a ton of wonderful pole products, only to realize they were international. And when you would click buy now, there would be some astronomical shipping amount, which I'm assuming other Americans like me, you don't like that international shipping cost. So I decided to import those products. And that way you see them on Instagram and you can buy them locally with domestic shipping. The products that we carry that are international now are, we have the Monkey Hands Grip from Mexico, we have the Skins for Heels from Mexico, we have the Loop It Pad from Slovenia, we have Neola Wilby's books from the United Kingdom, we have Kelly Morgan's books from the United Kingdom, we have a bunch of stuff from Australia, the Pole Physics brand of pole lotions, we have Zasha Pole Wear, we have all kinds of things, and I'm constantly looking and bringing new products on. Another thing that Heaux Apparel is able to do is we can support those micro businesses. The lady in your studio who has just started to make her own pole grip, who said, that's it, nothing works for me, I'm going to formulate my own, and now she has her own. So she's doing great, right? Selling on Etsy, selling to people in her studio. But I want to pick those products up because I want to sell them too, because I want to support innovation. We all get better when one of us gets better. So if you know anybody that's got a new product, tell them to hit me up and we can pick it up for Heaux Apparel. That's my view for Heaux Apparel. Our tagline is, pole is for everybody. Not just everybody, but everybody. This is an inclusive sport, and I love that. Having come from powerlifting, which is also an inclusive sport, it's wonderful to step into another community that values the beauty and the soul that is everyone that is willing to get up there and try to dance. That's Heaux Apparel. Next is the HeauXXXcast. And you may be thinking, you have a brand new business, why would you start a podcast? Well, a good friend of mine started a podcast, and she was doing so great with it, and she was telling me all her ideas and all the people she was interviewing. And I started to think, there are a ton of people out there I would love to talk to. I have all the people in the pole and aerial community, but then I also have my background from powerlifting and the strength and conditioning world. And so I figured if I melded those two together, we could come up with a podcast that gave pretty cool content out there and had conversations that I didn't think other people were having. Yes, there are a couple of really great pole podcasts, and I'm not trying to take over their space because they are amazing. My podcast is different because you never know what you're going to get. So far, we have talked about sexuality and sexual health. We've talked about Be Activated, which is the system of body work that I do. We've talked about what it's like to be a professional athlete with my friend who's a professional Highland Games athlete. We've talked about plus size women in pole and how I think we need to get rid of that name and it just be people that do pole. We've talked about a whole bunch of things at HeauXXXcast, and there's so much more that I want to cover. But I started the HeauXXXcast because it gave me a platform to have the conversations that I wanted to have and to have the conversations that you want me to have. So again, like with Heaux Apparel, if you know somebody that you think would make an amazing guest on the HeauXXXcast, reach out to me. Let me know who they are, and I'll have them on. It's super easy to do, and I would look forward to having a conversation with them. And lastly, the Activate Your Pole workshops. I've been doing virtual free workshops once or twice a month. I've also presented this workshop in a couple of studios, and I work one-on-one with clients in person and via Zoom. So there are a lot of options to work with me. I would love to come to your studio. The Activate Your Pole workshops are based on a system called Be Activated that was created by a friend of mine from Cape Town, South Africa. He's a physical therapist, and in his time as a physical therapist, he started seeing clients with the same injuries. And these were clients that were coming to him sort of as a last resort. They had been to doctors, they'd been to other physios, they'd done all of their work to not get better. And most of them were told, that's just the way you're going to be. He didn't like that answer. He started digging deeper into what the problems could be, and he came up with this system called Be Activated. Be Activated does something different than most of what we are taught. We are taught if you want to be more flexible, you should stretch more. If you want to be more mobile, you should do more mobility drills. If you want to be better at pole, just keep practicing pole and you'll get better at it. But a lot of you out there know that there's a limit to how flexible you can become just by stretching more. There are limits. Be Activated explains why there are those limits. Most of us teach that if you work your muscles, you'll get better. And we forget that our brains drive our muscles. And if our brain is disconnected from our muscle, there's no way that you're going to get better at something if your brain is not part of the activity. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but think about it this way. Think about trauma. So say you were learning something on the pole. You were learning a move. It was new. It was hard. Maybe you slipped. Fell. Not too far, not that bad an injury, but it kind of cricked your neck a little bit. So for a couple weeks, you were really tender. Do you want to try that skill again? How many people would be confident? Now, I know there are some warriors out there that, screw it, I'm trying, get back up on the horse. But many of us would sort of step away from that. That may not be for me. That is a way that your brain will disconnect from your body. You will lose that skill. You will lose the ability. What Be Activated does is it realigns that connectivity from your brain to your muscles, and it does so in a pattern in which most bodies shut down. So it awakens you a little bit at a time. We use self-activation techniques, so you're using your fingers or your thumb, you're rubbing on spots on your body, and you're feeling better. It's voodoo. Maybe not voodoo, magic. But when you do it and you can feel, we do a test, we do an activation, we do a retest. And when you can see the difference in your body, It's amazing, amazing work. What I love about the Be Activated system is that it works on 2 levels. The first is just what I was explaining. It works on performance. So if you want to get better at pole, if you want to be more mobile, if you want to be more flexible, Be Activated can help you do all of those things. It is a performance-driven system. If you want something more, if you have a heavy heart, if you've had trauma in your past, if you're dealing with some things, if you've had a shitty day, Be Activated can also work on that emotional level. It can help you find where you've stored shit in your body, and it can help you release that. Makes you feel lighter, makes you breathe better. It also gives you the resiliency to go out into the world and deal with the stress that life puts on you. Everybody that comes to a pole class comes with some sort of crap or stress or life. And if we can make you better at pole, less anxious and less stressed, that's a win. And I think it's important for everyone in our community. So 3 different avenues that I have resources to try to make the world a better place. Heaux Apparel, providing all the products that you need for everybody to succeed in your aerial journey. The HeauXXXcast, bring you conversations with people from a wide variety of backgrounds, in the hopes that with every conversation you walk away with at least one nugget, one piece of information that makes you go, huh, and maybe make a change for the better. And then activate your pole, teaching you to get back into yourself, to be rooted in yourself, and that will make you better at pole, and ultimately it will make you better out in the world. So yes, it's 3 things. And yes, currently it is just me doing all of that. But when I think about, should I give something up? All 3 seem so vitally important to what I want to do and what I want to create in this world. I can't imagine giving any one of them up. So I hope that this explains to you what my crazy train looks like, what is going on in my brain, and what I am trying to bring. And I hope that you'll jump on this train with me and either shop at Heaux Apparel, help me find new vendors for Heaux Apparel, like, comment, share the posts that I do on Heaux Apparel to help me get the word out there. Listen to the HeauXXXcast. Suggest a guest. Comment and follow the HeauXXXcast so that I can grow my listenership. We can get more people involved in these conversations. Have me at your studio to teach and activate your pole workshop. Come to a free virtual workshop, or call or DM me and ask for a one-on-one virtual or in-person session. I promise you, if you step into this work with me, it can make a difference, and you're going to want to tell everybody about it once you're done. I'm not asking for a lot, hopefully, just a little support and love from my community. And if you know me, if you know me, then you know I want to love and support you back. And I will. And that's why I have these businesses. It's not just to create content so that you can come to me. It is also to create a platform so that I can go out and I can touch you in whatever way I have the power to do so. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this video. I know it's long. Thank you for all of your support. And I look forward to meeting all of you at some point, either at your studio, at PoleCon, or at another festival, because I feel certain we will be fast friends.